Good morning. It is July 14th, 2025. I am at Silverthorne, Colorado, and I'm fishing at Lake Dillon, also known as Dillon Reservoir. We're at an elevation around 8,700 feet, I believe. I've never been fishing here before, so I don't really know what to expect, but it's the usual suspects, I believe, when it comes to the species here, all the different types of trout. However, there is one type of fish called the Arctic char that is here in this lake. And what I was reading was there was some type of shrimp issue here, so they brought in this Arctic char to take care of all the shrimp. So now Arctic char is here. I am camping this week at Heaton Bay Campground, White River National Forest, which is just maybe about a mile away. So I'm going to do my typical where to go camping around Colorado, and I'm also going to make a few recipes, so you should watch for those videos as well. So today I am fishing with the normal, my slip bobber. It's a Thiel, and I'm just using a worm. I'm not gonna use power bait right now. I didn't see any regulations saying you couldn't use power bait, but I'm not gonna take the chance right now. I'm just gonna stick with worms. So my Thiel bobber, I'm gonna throw it right out there. And I have my normal line with 2 hooks on it and the weight at the bottom with a few worms. So I'm gonna get my Thiel out here and get going. A lot of kayakers. This must be the kayaker spot to release. I didn't know. Hey. There's one, and I'm gonna have to wait for this kayaker to go before I can throw out my other line. But like I always say, it's time to sit back, relax, enjoy the views, and hopefully we'll catch something. That kayaker just went right over my line. Isn't that nice? I think they don't like to pay attention. I might have lost a worm on that. I think I might have. I'm gonna have to reel that in and see. I saw something fly off as soon as I cast it out. I thought I had those worms on pretty good. Yeah, looks like one broke off. Okay, I'm gonna get it back out. They have this big yellow buoy right in front. It's for life jackets. I don't know why they couldn't just put a sign right up here. Why they had to put something so obnoxious. That's weird. Oh, I'm getting a bite already. Certainly am. Look at that. First one of the day. It's a little small one. Okay, I'm gonna get this back into the water. Get it released. Very small. I'll tell you about the regulations in a second. What I was reading before I got here was possession limit is 8 trout. The bag limit is 4 trout. And it said something about the brown trout. You have to throw any that are over 20 inches back in, and 1 Arctic char. Get the Thiel bobber back out there. Let's just chill out, see what happens. Lake Dillon so far is not disappointing when it comes to bites. Gotta get another worm back on here. And I looked it up, you can use power bait here at Lake Dillon. So I'm gonna keep going with the worms. And if it starts to slow down a little bit, I might switch to power bait. See what happens, but right now worms are being very good to me. This seems to be the hot spot for where kayakers launch out into the water. I may have to move in a little bit. If I just move down that way, there's a lot of rocks, but at least I'll be away from all the kayakers, because definitely you can see my bobber is right there and they're all boating around the bobber. So I'm not gonna get any kind of good action in that area. They're just gonna, you know, scare all the fish away in that area. Okay, I moved. I think this is probably a better spot anyway. I could have caught a clue with the big buoy right there that says life jacket. That's where all the people launch their kayaks. So now that I know, I'm gonna throw this one back out and get the bobber out there as well. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of luck here. What I'm also thinking is, you know, because it's so rocky, see a lot of rocks down there, bottom fishing may not be the best way to go. It may be a bobber fisher or a lure spot, because I've already had my wake get caught once at the bottom. So I'm gonna keep going, see how it works out. Let's throw my Thiel over this way. I see my Thiel bobber just went down. Definitely got it. That's a little bit of a better one. Too much, it took the hook down again. See if I can get this one out. It's still a little small, but maybe a keeper. It's big enough to keep. So the one channel that I really like to watch on YouTube for fishing is this guy. His name is, it's Angler Up with Brant, and he fishes saltwater mainly in Pensacola, Florida. And I really like that channel. It doesn't, some of the tips he gives are good for fresh and saltwater, but mainly it's saltwater. But the one thing that he does say is, if you're not having luck in a certain spot, after a few minutes, move. Just move. Change your gear up, move. So changing my gear up, because I'm getting so many bites on the Thiel, I decided to put a bobber on my other line with the 2 hooks to keep the fish and from, you know, to keep it from getting tangled in the rocks. I wanted to show you really quick where I think a good spot is gonna be. See where that guy's standing over there with the dogs and he's playing with the dogs? Well, Fishbrain is saying that's a real hot spot over there. It looks like it would be great. I mean, it's wide open, no one's over there, no kayakers are over there bothering anyone that wants to go fishing. The thing is I have to figure out how to get there from the roadside. So I think I'm gonna explore that later today, and then I'll hit that spot tomorrow. So I'm having a hard time with this fishing spot, competing with the kayakers. Even though I moved over here, where they have plenty of that area to launch their boats, they're still coming like this way now. And one paddleboarder just went right over my bobber, and that just really pissed me off. I'd love to go over there where that guy is with his dogs, but he's there with his dogs and they're just making a lot of noise, probably scaring all the fish away. So I think I'm gonna like try to move one more time. I'm gonna go maybe about 20 more yards, but it's really rocky over there. It's just a pain to move all of this stuff, but I'm really not getting any action right here. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Been here for like an hour, hour and a half. So this is definitely not the place to fish if you come to Dillon Reservoir. If I didn't move too much farther over, another 20, 30 feet maybe, but hoping still far enough away from these people and their kayaks. I know they're having a great time, but when you go over a bobber of a fisherman or over their line, it's just like, are you not paying attention? You have so much space. So much space. Speaking of paying attention, you gotta watch out for like trees behind you so you don't catch your line. All right, enough of me complaining. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to relax and to fish. So I just threw that bobber straight out there, so I'm gonna get this one over there a little bit farther. Here's to spot number 3. See what happens here. I'm getting closer and closer to the area that Fishbrain recommended, which is right over there, but that guy's still throwing out his ball for his dogs. He's having fun too. Everyone's having fun. There we go. There we go. Just messing with that Theo bobber. I don't know if it's on, I think I lost it. Wow, no. Oh. Wow, this is a sucker fish. I've never caught a sucker fish before. You know, I'm gonna throw it back. It's just caught right on the lip. There we go. There we go. He's going. That was totally worth it. I'm gonna pack things up. I'm gonna get going for today, but that was totally worth fishing here at Lake Dillon. Finally, I didn't catch just trout. I caught something else. That was really cool. I'm gonna be back here tomorrow morning to do some more fishing. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this little guy on ice and we're gonna do a catch, clean, and cook tomorrow. So keep watching. Good morning. It is day 2 here at Dillon Reservoir. This is Giberson Bay. This is the part that I was checking out yesterday where I saw the guy throwing the ball and his dogs were running into the water. This is it. This is supposed to be, according to Brainfish, a really good hot spot. So I'm gonna give it a cast in just using one line right now. My other line, I still have to duty up from yesterday from all that. There we go. From how messed up it got, I have to put the Theo bobber back on, but I'm gonna fish with the bobber today. Yesterday there was just so many rocks. My line without the bobber kept getting caught in all the rocks like 4 times. I didn't lose anything, thankfully, but it still was a mess. So I think I'm gonna stick with the bobber for a good portion of the morning. It is absolutely a beautiful morning this morning. The water is like glass and there's absolutely no wind. So it's a perfect time to use the Theo bobber, and I have that set up. I took the bobber off of this line. I'm gonna risk it with the rocks for a little while and see what happens. So I'm going out with some worms. And my slip bobber, I have some power bait on it. I'm gonna throw it out over here and see how that works out. Now I have a little bit of weight on that line to get the hook down. I'm gonna tighten this line up. And hopefully I'll be able to catch at least one more fish this morning to go along with that small trout that I caught yesterday. I decided to move. Nothing was happening over there, absolutely nothing. The wind has finally calmed down again, so I'm gonna get the Theo bobber back out and I'm gonna cast this one out without a bobber again, just to see what happens. But hopefully just changing spots will be the right decision. Well, last night when I was going to bed, there was a lot of wind, a little bit of rain, there's lightning, thunder. Maybe that's what is causing them not to bite. The weird barometric change, I don't know. But gonna see what happens here for maybe about half an hour or an hour. Nothing happens, then I'm gonna go back to the campsite and I'm gonna finish this video off with the cleaning and cooking of that one little trout I got yesterday. I just saw this move a little bit. I don't know. I just threw it out. Now I don't have my line tight because I'm afraid that it's gonna get caught up on rocks if I slowly pull it in. I see my line going. There it is. Something's. There, I got it. Ha! See what it could be. It could be another sucker fish. Feels big. Much bigger than the little trout yesterday. All right. It is worth moving. See, I told you, if you move, you're not getting anything. Nice. That's a nice trout. It is no bigger than 20. It's a brown, looks like. And I'm gonna keep this one. It came off the hook. Get it. Oh, broke the line, Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get this going so I can clean it up later today. So it's been an hour since I caught that last fish. The wind has been really unforgiving. So I'm gonna wrap things up and go back to the campsite and get these fish cleaned up and cooked up. But before I do that, remember, my fishing videos aren't just about fishing. They also talk about what the reservoirs are all about and all the really cool amenities. So let's cut to some really cool time lapse and some voiceover about Lake Dillon. Nestled high in the Rockies at an elevation of 9,000 feet, Lake Dillon, also known as Dillon Reservoir, is a scenic gem near Silverthorne, Colorado. Surrounded by the towns of Dillon, Frisco, and Silverthorne, this alpine lake offers year-round adventure. Anglers can reel fish such as rainbow trout, brown trout, sockeye salmon, suckers, and Arctic char. Paddleboards, kayaks, canoes, and motorized boats are allowed at this 3,300-acre lake. The trees around the reservoir include lodgepole pine and quaking aspen, which are particularly prominent. Other trees are Douglas fir, Engelmann spruce, subalpine fir, and ponderosa pine. Visitors can enjoy scenic campsites, hiking trails, and stunning mountain views. Whether you are fishing at sunrise or kayaking at sunset, Lake Dillon is pure Colorado paradise. I am back at the campsite and I'm ready to get my fish going. But before I did that, I thought it would be really nice to make a good meal for myself for my last night here camping. So I'm going to make a baked potato on the campfire and some broccoli on the campfire, along with this fish that I caught. But the first thing I need to do is get the potato on, because it takes at least a half an hour, 45 minutes to cook. I already have my fire going. So here's my baked potato. What you want to do is poke a couple holes in it first. More the merrier, I guess, right? And I have some olive oil. Just gonna coat it down. It should hopefully give it a nice crunchy taste to it. Now, I bought this at the grocery store yesterday. Really cool. It's a spice up your pizza, but it has a lot of different things in it. It has red pepper, garlic onion, Italian herb, garlic and cheese. So I want to put some garlic and onion. That sounds good to me. And I'm gonna coat the baked potato down with the garlic and onion. Just like that. And I'm gonna wrap it up. So it's gonna go into the campfire just like this. Looks great, right? So there's that. Now I want to get some broccoli going, but the broccoli is gonna be closer to the end, but I might as well get it started now while I'm here. So I have some butter. I'm gonna put some butter on the broccoli, and I did have a knife. Here's the knife. Just gonna throw a couple chunks of butter in with this broccoli. Wrap it back up so the bugs don't get at it. And what's good? Maybe some Italian herb. Let's try some Italian herb. Just go with it. Whatever type of seasonings you want to put on your stuff, be good. So the butter, I want to throw a little olive oil in it as well. Sort of helps keep the butter from burning. So we're gonna wrap this up. Make a nice sort of pocket out of it. I really don't want the butter leaking or the oil leaking too much. And then I'll put this on the campfire towards the on top of the grill. I'm just gonna throw the baked potato in. I'm gonna throw some more logs on it, and it's just gonna cook in the fire just like that. I picked up this really slick portable fish cleaning table on my way camping here, because I don't know if you watched one of the last videos I did. I had to clean the fish in this tub, and it was sort of a mess. And I was like, man, there's gotta be something better. And this is better because I can do it at the campsite, and I can also do it at home, outside, and I'm not messing around in the kitchen. You know, people don't like cleaning fish in the kitchen, by the way. What's really nice about this table is the water hooks right up to my camper. It can also hook up to a garden hose as well. And it has a little sink here, which is great. And there's a bucket right underneath the table. So everything's gonna go into the bucket, and then later on, I'll just throw it all on the fire. So I have my cutting board here, and here's the fish. I'm going to cook the fish whole this time around and not fillet it like I did on my last video, because they're just a little small and I don't want to bother filleting such small fish. On the last video, I had this white-handled knife. It was pretty good. These I always really like a lot. This is the same type of knife my grandfather used, my mother used, and I have a couple of these. They just seem to be a little better, but here, off with the head. Off with the head. There we go. Get these little fins off the bottom. See, this knife seems so much sharper than the one that I was using, that white-handled one. It seems so much easier. Great. This is easy, right? Get this little line out of here. It's such a small fish. The bones are really small. Might just be able to eat it all with the bone. Let's get the other one done. This one's missing a fin. Poor guy. Poor guy. As I cut off its head. Saying, poor guy, yeah. Fishing is always a lot of fun. It's so peaceful and relaxing, and catching it is really cool. But cleaning it is just, it's never that fun. I can't be like, woo, I'm gonna go clean some fish. I do love this new table. There are so many type of tables out on the market that you can get. This is probably one of the cheaper of them, but it's like, why do you really need anything more? I mean, some come with like a knife holder and silver bowls to put things in, but sometimes simpler is easier, especially for cleanup and packing and traveling. And this is just sort of really nice and all-inclusive. My baked potato's been on the fire for about 20 minutes now, so it's about time to get this fish prepped. So I have 2 pieces of tin foil. I'm gonna do a fish per tin foil. So the first thing I wanna do is get a little oil just on the bottom of it here, and have some butter starting to get nice and soft in the sun, which is nice. Already got a little hole in it. Oh, maybe I'll just deal with it, right? So we got our first fish on. And let's use some garlic and onion for the seasoning. We'll get it inside. A little pepper. And some salt. Okay, and then I have some lemon juice that was just a little too far away from me. So the lemon juice is going to be great. It's going to sort of work as steam. Also give it flavor, but it'll help cook it. Just put that right there. Let's wrap this up the best we possibly can. I may need to double wrap this. I think I will, just because I got that hole in the bottom of it. Then we'll have to just pull another piece of tin foil out. Okay, fish one down. Okay, we're gonna rinse and repeat. Let's go with some Italian herb on this one. Make it different. A little different from before. Let's just wrap this up. My potato has been on the campfire for about 45 minutes now. It's got to be done pretty soon. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour. So it's time for me to get my fish on first. So I'm just gonna throw them right on there. I'm gonna keep it away from the flames. There's a lot of flames on that side. And then in about 10 minutes, I'm gonna throw my broccoli on. My fish has been cooking up for 5 minutes on one side. I'm gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna put my broccoli on. I've had my fish cooking for 5 minutes aside. The broccoli has been on for about 5 or so minutes as well. That potato, that's been on for at least an hour now. So it's all gotta be done. So I'm gonna take it all off, get it over the table, and let's see what we got. Okay, I'm a little nervous about the baked potato. Everything else should be really cooked. Remember, tin foil is not a heat conductor, so it's not gonna be that hot to be able to hold on to this tin foil to open it up. That smells delicious, look at that. Nice, that's fish number one. Boy, it's just falling off the bone. There we go. Little piece right here. Oh my God. This is the first time I made fish and tin foil on a campfire. My first time, so, right? It shouldn't be that hard. It's my first time. It's flaking right off, just like it should. Man, with these extra herbs and the lemon, it's absolutely delicious. Let's check out this baked potato. This will be interesting. It is black. I don't know. I don't have good hopes about this potato. It is like hard as a rock. See what the inside looks like. This might be a joke. Well, it's cooked. It's really cooked. The outside is like totally mold burned. But the inside is absolutely delicious. But the outside is totally charred. Well, looks like it's back to the drawing board on the baked potato. You know, you can't win them all when it comes to campfire cooking. Can't win them all. The broccoli looks 100%. Broccoli looks really good. So at least I'll have a pretty good meal. Potatoes still making me laugh. This broccoli, how I did it, it's hitting the spot. It is really good. Wow. So the fish, getting back to the fish again, the fish is perfectly cooked. It's flaking right off the bone. Exactly how I really like it when I cook it whole like this. Really great. Thanks so much for checking out this video. It all came out pretty good except for the potatoes, but you know what? You can't win them all when it comes to campfire cooking. But make sure to check out some of the other videos I did while I was on this camping trip. And that was how to cook steak fajitas over a campfire and also egg burritos over a campfire. And I also did a where to go camping in Colorado, where I'm talking about Heaton Bay here in Silverthorne, Colorado, where I'm camping out right now. So make sure to subscribe, like, and ring that bell for future notifications. You have yourself a successful time cooking over the campfire.